Next up, we have Martin Breckbell. He does our Scratch Builders Corner, and his wit, wisdom, and skill are unmatched.
Yes, looks like it's working. At least at my end. I don't know about what at your end's doing. Uh, Agent Cooper's here tonight with us too, getting down to the tunes. So, yeah, it's going to be one of those nights. So we're going to do another structure. And when I do structures, it's generally because I have a pile of leftover stuff or stuff that I just want to make it go away. And I found the best way to make things go away is to build something with them. Otherwise, they just gather dust. I don't like many of us. So we got some Grantline stuff. I got a chimney casting. I've got milled. Well, I've got milled clabbered. I've got enough milled clabbered to outfit 3 or 4 hobby shops because I used to buy it in bulk. But someday I'll get rid of it all. Uh, but just to give you a scale, there's where we're going. We have some inspiration there, and in a bin by the one work table, in a stack of bins actually, there are a couple of Crow River products bags and some Wiseman bags. And this is stuff, it's just been sitting around gathering dust. So I thought, well, we'll put this to work somehow. And I say somehow because I frequently have no idea where I'm going when I start a project. I have a vague idea somewhere in the crevices of my mind, and things come crawling out and write themselves down, and I say, oh, that's what I'm building. And I usually know where I'm going about a third of the way into it, and some idea where I'm going to end up towards the end. So plans are a luxury. So they lay out 4 walls. I had some fairly wide clapboard. Somebody's calling me on the phone in the distance because I can hear the Court of the Crimson King playing. They'll just have to leave a message. I'm busy. So there's some walls laid out, front, back, left, right. And we open up those walls for some doors and windows. We've added some mounting cleats to the sides on the bottom, some 3/32 corners, the front and back walls, and some miscellaneous at the back of the front wall there to act as a cleat, but also to give me something to lay a door in on top of. So rough out some doors. So much for Grantline doors. I did the door framing. It'll get used in something else instead of this. I thought I was going to use it. I didn't. I decided not to. I'm just going to build my own doors and framing. Building a door is easy. It's just 30-second basswood, cut to the shape, and then you overlay it with whatever you want to make the door. I wanted a 5-6 panel door, whatever I want. It's just strip wood glued onto some 1/32 basswood. Same story with the scribe siding door. It's just 1/32 scribe siding. You overlay it with a little bit of strip wood. Now it's a door. Fairly simple. Okay, back wall. Well, the back wall door here is going to be a large door, obviously. You've got it framed out. Piece of scribe siding that's supported from the inside. And this is going to be 2 doors, though actually not true. It's going to be 3 doors. And so you see we have actually a door inside a door of 2 doors. And so there's actually 3 here. Once I get all the hinges in place, and you'll see how it works. But again, this is just scribe siding overlaid with strip wood. Cut it and fit it in place. A little bit of glue on the back of it, a little discrete amount of carpenter's glue, tweezers and all. Cut it, drop it into place. I generally don't even measure this stuff. I measure it as to where it's going to go and cut it to actually fit the space. and hopefully it fits the first time. If it doesn't, that's what sandpaper is on a stick. It works fairly well. Okay, this back window wasn't in the first slide at all. This is some sort of sliding side-by-side window from Grantline. I had an extra one laying about, and I wanted a shutter over the top of it. And to do that is, again, scribe siding. It's just, this is 16th inch scribe siding, but a piece of wood glued to the frame of the window, some brass stock. I think that's 15 by 60 thousandths brass. Bend it to an angle, glue that all on together, and now we have a window unit that fits in that space. Gluing metal to wood can be tricky. I'm almost always using a little bit of goo on the wood, a little bit of CA on the metal, stick them together. They have a little party and they never come apart again, which is particularly important in this case because there's very, very little holding that together, the brass and the wood above the window. So it's kind of, you would think it'd be kind of fragile. Well, not anymore. I dropped this several times. Knocked it out of the hole several times. It doesn't fall apart. It's just sitting there with friction holding it right now. Because I'm going to pre-paint these before I put them in place. Okay, we go around front. Got the front doors installed. There's just that piece of balsa at the base. It's the mounting cleat holding it up at the bottom, and there's a little cleat at the top to support the door. They're just laid in place. I'm going to come back and put doorknobs and what have you on there later. No rush right now to do this. And since we have shutters, I have one big shutter in the back, I thought, well, let's add shutters for the other windows. So there's a window here. I'll open some holes up on the side walls and we'll add some more windows. Gotta get rid of those Grantline windows somehow. So this is just scribe siding with some strip wood glued on top of it. It's a great way to get rid of scraps. I have a pair of scrap wood boxes for strip wood and a third one for flat stock. I'm always trying to get rid of stuff out of the three. I've actually got a Tupperware tub of scribe siding, both thicknesses. So there's a bunch of scrap boxes I just keep and periodically dump them into one big box and take them to an O-scale show and sell the scrap. It's amazing what people will pay you for your scrap that you're throwing away. But it makes me space so I can fill up the boxes again. And we're going to stop here until next week. And we'll start putting this all together, putting a roof on it, details, etc. Maybe we'll finish it this month. Maybe we'll finish it in February. I don't know how many slides I have. It could be either. Time is kind of fluctuating like that. So, thank you. And if there's any questions, now's the time to scream them out.
Do you have any idea what you're going to do for the roof yet? Or like me, do you just wait step by step and see what happens?
It's an adventure.
Yeah.
It comes down to looking in the box of roofing and saying, what needs to go away?
That's exactly how I do it.
Honestly, it's sitting over here on my one table, and looks like it is going to be some form of tar paper. Very elegant, tar paper.
Yeah.